Morning guys. Okay, this video is a bit of a departure from what I would normally do. I'm doing this video in response to a BBC documentary that aired the other day talking about my industry and specifically my company, and it represented us in a really, really negative light. It's my personal opinion that this documentary was after views and not truth. It wanted to cause a sensation and it wanted a scandal. And to that end, there was a lot of manipulative language, there was a lot of twisting of facts, there was a lot of clever editing. And by doing this video, I just want to give the other side of the argument. Now, I know that by doing this, I'm putting myself in the firing line, and I have debated over and over and over again whether that is a good idea. But I kind of feel that I owe it to my team, who've put their trust and faith in me, to have something to respond to them with when they come to me asking about it. And my family and friends who are watching this documentary as well and want to know more about what we do. I want to be able to explain the truth with facts, not just the truth as I see it, behind my company. In the documentary, the reporter said that she wanted more transparency within our industry, and so that's what I'm offering here. This could be a really good opportunity for an open dialogue about what the industry actually is. At the same time, I'm not here to convince anybody. I know that if any anti-MLM brigade get a hold of this, that they will tear me apart because they are that passionately opposed to this, but I'm willing to take it. You've had your say, and this is my turn to have our say. In the documentary, Ellie joined the company New Skin and she joined the company Unique. And the person that she chose as her sponsor within Unique was me. And I did not know this until literally the day the documentary came out, and I saw somebody who I had trusted and who I'd spent quite a bit of time with basically putting me on national TV. And it was clear that it was me, even though she blurred my face. It's fine. Rather me than anyone else. The thought of someone in my team going through this is absolutely diabolical to me. I'm a big girl, I can handle it. And I also have to say that for me, integrity is one of my absolute core values. I don't do anything behind the scenes that I don't do in public. And I feel that I represented the company in the way that it deserves to be represented. If I had said or done anything remotely wrong, she would have been all over that. Now, I would have thought that a reporter who wanted to get a balanced view with both sides of the argument would have at the very least have interviewed her sponsor before publishing this. I was available 24 hours at her disposal, and like I said, I didn't know that this documentary was going to feature me until literally the day it was released. Now, part of her documentary was about pressure to recruit, pressure to buy stock, pressure from uplines. And I just want to play the very first voice note that I sent to Lily after she joined my team.
Good morning, sweetheart. Okay, so I've added you to our new starter training course, which is going to get you up and running. It's got everything you need in there, darling. It's set out in units, so it's really easy to follow. Literally take it at your own time. Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3. I never chase people because I don't want to chase people. I want you to make this what you want it to be. So I'm here when you need me, anytime at all. You just come to me and ask for support. There's no question too big, too small, too silly. God knows I asked them all when I first started. And I just want to make sure that you get off to a good start and that you're happy, my love. So let me know when you've added yourself to the group and we'll go from there.
We're such monsters. There was nothing about the help and support that she received when she first started, and how there was absolutely no pressure, and that I had conversations with her about this being what she wanted to make it. Not my needs, hers. If she wanted to walk, I would walk with her. If she wanted to run, I would run with her. If she wanted to crawl, I would crawl with her. If she wanted to build a team, great. If she didn't want to build a team, great. This was all laid out to her when she first started. but sharing this would not have made for a good story. So before the documentary, I know that she asked for volunteers to come forward and speak about their experience with Unique. And I think I've heard, so don't quote me on this, but I've heard that she had 100 ladies respond to the ad, some positive, some negative. Now, she says in the programme herself that there are a huge amount of people doing Unique, and only 100 came forward, some of them positive as well. I think that's not terribly bad going. She didn't interview any of the people who had good experience, of which there are many. I have got so many women in my team who've been with us briefly or for a long period and then gone on their way, and they've left with love, and they've taken a lot out of this. None of those women were interviewed, and Ellie, if you would like to interview them, I can give you some names. So the main theme of this documentary is that Unique is one great big cult, and that Derek Maxfield, our founder, is the cult's leader, and that we hero worship him, and that we compare him to Jesus, and that we use the hashtag Messiah. Now, I've been in this business for 4.5 years, and not once in the entire time that I've been doing this have I ever heard of the hashtag Messiah. And in fact, I have searched social media for that hashtag, and not once does it come up in relation to Unique. It's sensationalizing something that doesn't exist to create an idea of something that is just not true. So in this documentary, Ellie showed a lady on stage comparing Derek Maxfield to Jesus. Let me say that was a very, very, very clever bit of editing. I've had messages from ladies in my team who are absolutely outraged, who were there and knew that's not actually what happened. Now, the video of Lola speaking is on YouTube. Anyone can access it. Now, Lola is one of the sweetest women that I have ever met, with one of the biggest hearts. And for this to happen to her is just outrageous. The talk that she gave on stage that day while she was pregnant was about leading with love. And it was about putting your team first, and it was about putting your customers first, and it was about how good hearts inspire her. And so she gave examples of people who inspire her, and at the end she did give the name of Derek Maxfield. She was not comparing him to Jesus, although I can see why it would look that way with the clever editing. So just to give you a little bit of balance, here is some cherry picking of my own of that same talk.
So there's some examples of some great leaders that lead with love, right? Let's talk about what is not, and we're not going to focus on this too much, but let's talk about what is not leading with love. Gossip. I don't need to explain what that is to you all. Everyone knows what gossip is. Number 2, ulterior motives. Are you reaching out to your team on the last day of the month because you're close to your promotion? Are you reaching out to your customers because you need that sale fast? Are you building those relationships? Are you loving people?
Now, the other thing that Ellie did to manipulate your emotions was she filmed the training undercover. She made it look as though if she was caught, she would be kicked out. Anyone who's ever been to any of these events will know that everybody is living the training back to their team groups, back to their Facebook walls. There is no secret about this training. Everybody would have had their phones out. So she did this purely to manipulate emotion. Now, it's very clever to say that my cult has brainwashed me as an argument, because no matter what I say, people can say, well, yeah, she would say that because she's brainwashed. But here's the truth about brainwashing. We brainwash ourselves every single day. Whenever you watch the news, whenever you watch EastEnders, whenever you watch reality TV, you are shaping your perception of reality. Now, she said that we brainwash people because we have a strong focus on personal development. Yes, we do, and we're not going to apologise for that. Rather than focusing on the negatives in life and focusing on all the things we're unhappy with, We encourage people to focus on how they can grow themselves, how they can gain confidence, how they can learn to build their self-esteem. We coach growth mindset, we coach success mindset, and I personally do not feel the need to apologize for that because I've seen it change many, many lives, and my team will attest to the same. As for the training that she covered, in her undercover reporting, first of all, it's all available in the public domain. There's no dirty secret going on here. Our training is on YouTube. I'm sure the same can be said for New Skin. The training that Taylor gave at New Skin about weak points, we teach it too. We call it dream points. But it's not something that is generic to network marketing. Every single sales business in the world teaches that you find what somebody needs and you fill that gap. That is sales. The same can be said for overcoming objections, which she covers, and being a product of the product. You can't sell something that you haven't tried or have personal experience of. That goes without saying in any industry, in any company that has a service or product to sell. Now, Taylor is 24 years old, 24, and she had to undergo that attack on national TV. And I've been told that she has been attacked in her inbox as well since. That is not fair, guys. That is not fair. There is nothing that she was teaching that you don't see in any other office all across the world. As for our training on positivity, I just want to show you this article from entrepreneur.com on the attitude that is needed for success. You need a positive mindset. She covered that in the documentary, and she showed a video of me and many other ladies teaching on positive mindset. And you can see, if you want to pause this article or go and look it up, you can see that this is just something that entrepreneurs teach, again, from every industry, not network marketing specific. So what about her accusation that we tell people to get rid of their friends and family if they don't agree with what you're doing? Well, I can't speak for everybody, but personally speaking, I have never, ever taught that. My team will tell you what I actually teach. The way that we teach to deal with negativity is actually to respect other people's opinions, to thank them for their opinion, to understand that an opinion is an opinion, it's not truth. And as long as you're not hurting anybody, as long as you believe in what you're doing, then crack on with it. That's what we teach. We do not at any point teach people to get rid of their friends and family. So what about the accusation that we work our presenters into the ground and that they work all hours that God gives them and that we have the hashtag Team No Sleep? Personally speaking, I have never used that hashtag again in 4.5 years of doing this, not once. Now, I have seen other teams do it, but I think it very much depends on team culture. But speaking from my personal opinion, I don't think it's a bad thing. Any business that you're going to set up, if you're serious and you really, really want to make a go of it, takes hard work, it takes dedication, and it takes focus. And if anyone is teaching you that you can earn huge amounts of money by working 1 hour a day, well, they're not being totally honest with you. And again, it's true of every single industry, so why should it be any different with ours? They show a very, very brief snippet of a video that Unique produced for the husbands of ladies within Unique. That video was a piss take. It was a funny video, and she made it look like an indoctrination video. If you want to go and see how that video was actually taking the mickey out of us as presenters, you can find it online. So what about the accusations that it's really hard for people to escape this business? This is how easy it is to leave Unique. If you don't want to sell within this business anymore, all you have to do is put your phone down. You don't have to send anything to Unique. You don't have to request a closure of your account. You just stop selling and forget about it. And it closes on its own. As for the accusations that when you leave you get called fat and ugly, that is not, again, it's not a unique thing. I'm sure it does happen because that's a woman thing, but it's not something that Unique promotes. In fact, Derek, the Messiah, he did a talk with his top level leaders a couple of years ago. The training was that when people join this company, they do not sign a blood oath. They are free to come and go. This business is not for everybody, and that when they join, they should join with love, and when they decide to leave, then they should be allowed to leave with love. This came directly from Derek, and it's something that we really took on board as leaders, and we filtered that down to our team. Sometimes when you have all women working together in close proximity and you have personality clashes, it can get nasty, but again, that's just a woman thing, and we highly discourage it. We always talk about no drama. So what about ladies getting in debt? Now, in the documentary, they interviewed Lindsay, who ended up in £3,000 worth of debt. And if Lindsay ever watches this, which I doubt she will, but if she does, I just want to apologise to her that that ever happened. But honestly, it is because she misunderstood the presenter agreement, because we are never asked to spend that money. In a separate interview, she mentioned targets. We don't have targets. We do not have targets. The only targets we have are the targets that you impose on yourself. You do not have to hold stock with Unique. You are not encouraged to hold stock, quite the opposite. All of our incentives are geared towards customer sales, not personal sales. Unique give you Y-Cash to help you build your kit so that you don't have to purchase the products. And if that's not enough, I just want to show you this little clip from my team group. Now, these are the two main rules of being a member of my personal team. Number one, yes, invest in your business, be a product of the product, but make more money than you spend. We're here to earn a living at the end of the day. And number two, enjoy the journey. The twists, the turns, the highs, the lows, it's all growing us. These are the only two rules, and you can see quite clearly that my team have this drilled into them. Now, the documentary spoke a lot about how the focus of our training is on recruitment. And yes, it is. We don't make any secret of that, because if you want to make it to a big income with any network marketing company, then you need to build a team. How much money can you really earn from just selling products on your own in any company? Any company with a product or service to sell usually has a sales force. We're no different to that. Now, where the documentary is misleading is it makes it sound like we make money from recruiting people. That is a pyramid scheme. We do not make money from recruiting people. We make money from bringing people into the business and helping them become successful. We do not earn money on people forever down the pyramid like it stated. We earn on our first 3 generations. We earn the most money on the people that we work closely with, and then a little less on their next level and a little less on their next level. The documentary made it look very much like the people who join first at the top of the pyramid, and then the people that they recruit, they make the most money on. And it's just not like that, because anyone can jump up from down here to up here. Anyone can overtake. It's not based on when you joined. It's based on your skills and your abilities. I've had many, many women in my team who've jumped above their sponsor, and I myself jumped above many, many levels above me to get to where I am. It's not when you join, it's what you do. I would also like to apologise to the women from the mums group that were interviewed on that documentary who got abused from a Unique presenter. It is not what we're about. One of the best things about our business model is that you don't need a CV to join. It's one of the worst things, it's one of the best things. We can't account for everybody, but I do know for a fact that when Unique picks up on stuff like that and it's reported, they do act on it. Of course they do. So what about the idea that we again, the word target, vulnerable women and mums? It is a natural fit for mums. There is no denying it. It is a way to earn money from home and not forfeit time with your children. It is. There are many, many women in my team who are earning a really good income, who are mums who don't want to go back to a 9 to 5. It's a good fit, but it's not exclusively for mums. I'm not a mum. Many women in my team aren't mums. We do not target anyone. As for going for vulnerable women, our training actually is the opposite. It's called Recruiting Up. We talk about contacting women who you feel would be amazing at this, not women who are vulnerable and will get themselves into debt. Not at all. So Ellie shared some stats and she said that we need to be more transparent about the success rate and the failure rate. So let's explore that. Let's have a look at the statistics that she shared. So Ellie said that 0.02% of people who join Unique are successful out of the 1.2 million people who have joined the company. Since we launched in 2012, we have had a starter kit that is extremely high value for a very low cost. In the UK, the starter kit was valued at nearly £300 and it only cost £69. So a lot of that 1.2 million people who joined, at least half, and I'm undercutting that, at least half of them joined just for the kit and not for the business. So it's not a true representation of success or failure rate from the get-go. The second point that I would like to make is that we are a very young company and that success takes time. One of the top trainers in the industry trains that getting to the top of any network marketing company is a 3, 5, 7 year plan. And this is no different from any other industry. Again, you wouldn't set up a coffee shop tomorrow and expect to have a multi-million-dollar chain of coffee shops all around the world in 2 years. If you want to build to the point where you are mega successful, it is going to take time, dedication, and hard work. The truth is, we just haven't been around long enough for people to be hitting that top level en masse yet. The third point that I would like to make is, how do you regard success? So only 0.02 have hit the top rank. What about all of the women who are green status, orange status, purple status? I know many of them who are earning a living doing this and who enjoy it and who love it, who haven't hit the top level yet, but all they did was spend £69 to join and look at where they are now. On a separate note, I want to share this article by Forbes. You may have heard of Forbes, very respectable publication. And they literally state 90% of traditional business startups fail. We are no different. Success takes work.
So yes, the fail rate for any business is high, but does that mean that nobody should ever start a business again? The difference with network marketing is that there is no nepotism, there is no sexism, there's no ageism. It's not who you know, it's what you know, it's what you put in. The startup cost is very low, so the risk is low. Now imagine somebody starting their career in McDonald's as a floor sweeper and they work hard and diligently and they grow themselves and they learn new skills and they work their way up to manager level. Would it have been wrong to tell them that there was no chance of them succeeding? No, of course it wouldn't. We are no different to any other business. Building business is hard, and Ellie was given that disclaimer.
Now, if anybody is still in doubt about what we do, I would implore anyone to spend 24 hours with me, to spend a week with me, a month, a year, and see what I do on a day-to-day basis. Listen to my coaching calls, listen to my team, listen to the lives that are changing, listen to the conversations that we have, and you will get a true representation of what we actually do, and you would not doubt it for a second. And above all else, we are members of the DSA as our new skin. The DSA is an ombudsman that is there to protect the interests of consumers and presenters alike, to ensure that they are not being exploited in any way. And we have passed stringent tests to become approved members of this organisation.
I find it really curious that in her reporting, Ellie decided not to interview the DSA, but she did decide to interview a cult specialist, whatever that is, who had no direct experience of working with Unique or New Skin or even network marketing on the whole. And I think this on its own goes to show the angle that she was going for in order to get her story.
And I want to end by saying that we are not perfect by any means. We are a young company, we have a lot to learn, and this whole experience has been an amazing learning curve from us. We've picked up a lot of what we've been doing wrong and what we've been doing right, and we're not so indoctrined into our cult that we can't see where we can make improvements. Okay, so I'm going to close this video out by saying a little bit more about pyramid schemes, because Ellie seemed absolutely determined to paint us and New Skin as a pyramid scheme. Now, we are with you on pyramid schemes. In fact, network marketers, people in my profession, hate pyramid schemes more than the general population. Because do bad companies pop up? Sure they do. Do they pose as network marketing companies? Yes, they do. And they give us a bad name. Of all the people out there, we are the ones that want to see the end of pyramid schemes more than anyone. Pyramid schemes are illegal. They're usually stamped out as quickly as they arise. They are unsustainable. Network marketing, on the other hand, has been around for over 100 years, and in that entire time, not a single company has overtaken like even 1% of the population. My experience of network marketing has been totally different to what Ellie has portrayed in her documentary, and I use the term loosely. This industry is not perfect, what industry is, but it has changed my life beyond measure. Not just me though, I have watched so many women come into my team and grow themselves and grow their own business, not just to earn huge amounts of money. That is a goal that a lot of us set for ourselves, but that is only a small part of it. I have women in my team earning full-time incomes, part-time incomes. I have women who just come in because they want a little bit of extra pocket money each month, and because the risk is so low, they pay off their kit really quickly, and every sale they make from then after is profit. I've seen women come into this business and get so much out of it personally, gaining new friends, gaining a community, going on fun trips, gaining in confidence. There are so many plus sides, so many positives. I literally cannot imagine my life without this company or this industry in it. And Ellie chose not to interview anybody with those experiences. So that's my take on network marketing. Take it or leave it. Again, I said at the beginning of this video, and I'm going to say it again at the end, I am not looking to convince anybody. My guess is that if you're completely anti-MLM, then everything I've said is going to fall on deaf ears, and that is absolutely fine. This video is my take on the documentary and my opinion and my right to reply, because I was featured in that documentary and painted to be a cult leader. So if you decide to message me with hate, with vitriol, mark my words, I will be deleting your message without even reading it. So please don't waste your time with that. This video is going to go on YouTube and the comments are going to be turned off because I don't want to encourage this conversation to go any further. Both sides of the argument have had their say. I'm going to end this video by saying that Ellie's documentary was extremely one-sided and it was completely manipulative, and it was, in my view, her attempt to leverage an industry that is doing extremely well at the moment to further her career as a reporter. But Ellie, my advice to you is, if you're going to go searching for truth, then you really need in future to investigate all avenues and not just the avenues that suit your purpose. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Take care.